Close your eyes and picture with me for a minute a baby being born. Now open your eyes. Where were you in your mind? The majority of audience members are likely to have pictured a hospital room on a maternity ward. While hospital birth is the most common in the United States, there are three main settings for birth available today. Birth can take place in a traditional hospital setting with an obstetrician, in a birth center with a slightly more alternative option, and with a midwife, or in the comfort of your own home in whichever manner you please, and attended by a midwife or no medical professional at all. These three options offer a variety of ways to give birth, which is great, being that no two mothers' pregnancies or labors are the same. The most typical and commonly chosen setting for birth in the last 50 years in the United States is in a hospital. While at the turn of the 20th century, the majority of women were giving birth at home, between 1930 and 1960, birth experienced a transition from home to a hospital setting in this country, rising from just 36.9% to 96% in that time period. About a third of all births today in this country culminate in the cesarean section, which is a major abdominal surgery performed in an operating room by an obstetrician. Hospital birth is often viewed as a result of the advancement of modern medicine and includes protocols such as standard IV insertion, the moratorium of eating while laboring, and giving birth on one's back. While most babies are born in a traditional hospital setting, the number of birth centers in this country are on the rise. Birth centers offer an alternative place to give birth that is often considered less procedural than a hospital birth, while providing a medical staff that is not present within one's home. While 98% of babies are still born in hospitals, there has been a 56% increase in births taking place in birth centers since 2007, with the total per year at about 16,000 as of 2015. Birth center births are covered by insurers just as hospital births are, but typically cost much less due to decreased length of stay and the fact that things like doctors and anesthesia are not a part of the process. Women are choosing to birth in a birth center for reasons like the ability to walk or labor in tubs and get the personal attention of a midwife that's not typically offered within a hospital. However, birth centers exclude complicated pregnancies with medical conditions, and they do not perform cesarean sections. Birth center births are a great middle-of-the-road option, but an even more alternative choice exists. Women with low-risk pregnancies are now choosing once again to give birth in their own home, while being attended by a midwife or no medical professional at all. While a very small percentage of babies are born at home in the U.S., beginning in 2004, this country has witnessed a slow 0.10% rise in home birth rates. Besides personal comfort and negative previous hospital experiences, women are choosing to give birth at home because they consider lower interventions relative with higher safety rates. And as evidenced by several recent studies, home births resulting in favorable outcomes and low infant mortality rates are completely on par with that of hospital births. While most births are still attended by a midwife or nurse midwife, some women are opting to give birth without the attendance of a medical professional at all, and this is typically referred to as free birth or unassisted birth. This route is taken under the belief that birth is a normal function of the female body and not a medical emergency. While not all choices are readily available to all women in most states, one trend is unanimous across all three types. Women's options are growing. The overwhelming majority of babies are born in hospitals. However, the increase in birth centers open in the U.S. are lending women a new choice that is seemingly a compromise between giving birth in the procedural atmosphere of a hospital and very laid-back setting of your own home. While still making up a very small proportion of births, home births have also entered the picture once again and offer women with low-risk pregnancies a very natural, relaxed option while they still maintaining safety. In this country today, women are beginning to have a more dynamic way to give birth, encompassing the three main options of hospital, birth center, and home. Maybe the next time you picture a baby being born, you might envision a tub birth in a birth center with a midwife or a mother laboring at home in a pool.